everybody. As you can see, there has been a little change because Victoria will fall ill, so I will try to cover her, and I will try to give best of myself to give the information that it's intended to give you. So welcome to this free webinar, and it's about our school, Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences. And my name is Merli. I am an international student admission specialist. And well, I would like to thank you all for making yourself available today and join the webinar. So I hope this webinar will give you some kind of idea and maybe will make you consider to apply and hopefully join us in person in spring 2023 semester. Well, our plan for today's webinar is that I will briefly talk about our country, then Ülemiste City, where the school is located, and of course about our university. Well, in the end, I will cover also admission criteria, which is quite interesting for everybody, I guess. And then you will have some time to answer given the questions that you have. So we can start. Well, here you have a map of Europe, and you can see the location of Estonia. Estonia is located in Northern Europe, and it's a connecting point between Scandinavia, Central Europe, and the East. Estonia is just a bit more than 45,000 square kilometers, same size as Denmark. We are a member of EU, Eurozone, Schengen area, NATO, OECD, WTO, OSCE, and Digital 9. Being in Eurozone makes us safe and stable liberal economy. And of course, we are in Schengen area with strong multicultural democratic society with open mind and high goals. Well, talking about people and the nation. So official language in Estonia is Estonian language, which is very unique from anything else in Europe. This magical sounding language is related to Finnish and Hungarian. There are two widely spoken languages in Estonia, which are Russian and English. You can find English language more common among younger generation and Russian language among older generation. And in Tallinn, we also have people who speak Finnish language because we are so close to Finland as well, and this is the reason. So you can see that we have a population of only 1.3 million, which is very small number, and 70% of are Estonians, but we have 190 plus nationalities here. So you can see how diverse it might get when you think how small is Estonia itself. So the currency in Estonia is euro, like most of the countries in the European Union. So Estonia, being among the least densely populated countries in Europe, Estonia makes for a great nature and city break destination for those looking to enjoy some peace and quiet. As you can see, we really enjoy the quietness and the space around us. Estonia has been given the 4th best air quality in the world. So with so much greenery, Estonians have special connection to the outdoors. And yeah, as I mentioned, that we really do love the nature and fresh air. So let's move on. Tallinn is one of Europe's startup hotspots. According to the World Economic Forum, Estonia is the most entrepreneurial country in Europe. Like world-changing startups originate from Estonia, like Bolt, Wise, Pipedrive, Starship Technologies, and Skype. We are also a digital society, from voting to signing documents to doing taxes. Online, Estonia implements a hassle-free and modern approach to doing errands. Offering digital services means less bureaucracy for everybody. Residents can do nearly everything they need to do online, like paying their taxes, getting a medical prescription, or even register a business. And Estonia is the first e-government in the world. About e-residency, we are the first country to offer e-residency. This is a government-issued digital ID available to anyone in the world. And e-residency offers the freedom to easily start and run a global business in a trusted EU environment, not government. Well, and let's talk about Ülemiste City, where our university is located. Here are some facts about Ülemiste City. It's quite a big area. It's a smart city inside the city Tallinn, a place where the future happens. This is the largest smart city in the Baltics and biggest privately owned business campus in Northern Europe. It is an international and diverse environment focused on creating a knowledge-based working, growth and living environment for talents that supports the competitiveness of every member of the community in the world, and then also attracts talents to come back home who have left and inspires the birth of new business models. As you can see, there are 400 plus companies, 21% foreign companies, and 10,000 plus employees who come in every day to work here, and also 50 plus countries are related to Ülemiste City. So well, this is our university, yellow and bright and shiny, where all the classes are taking place. So EUAS is the market leader in Estonian private higher education, located in the multiple award-winning smart city called Ülemiste City. Our vision is to be a prominent research and development institution with a focus on high quality teaching and innovation. So Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences was established in 1992, which means that we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, which is a huge happening for us. It is the largest private university in Estonia. We have English, Russian, and Estonian taught programs to choose from, which is we are internationally accredited, highest possible accreditation in Estonia, and intellectual heart of Ülemiste City Business Campus. Well, our 1,600 students make us the market leader in applied education. We take pride in our hands-on curriculum, where learning is done by doing. Our network of partners from the business world, both agile startups and established industry leaders, and our lean organization geared towards making the study experience as smooth as possible. And yeah, you can see that we have more than 5,000 alumni, which is quite a huge number as well to be proud of. Well, the staff in EUAS is very friendly, and they are always available for the help and support. You can find them in study center and international office, as you can see in the pictures in the rooms. So whenever you have questions, you can always turn to them, and they are willing to help you with all the questions and answers they have. So please go and definitely try it and be approachable. So what defines EUAS? Here are 5 points that close to the business world: fast-moving trailblazer, knowledge from practitioners, staff and students as partners, and responsibility. So we assume it and we expect it. The benefits when you join our studies, it's like career support. We support with internship opportunities. comprehensive Estonian language courses, which is a part of every curricula that we have to get easier done here in Estonia with your everyday errands. Accommodation, personalized support and counseling, and the welcoming community. As already mentioned, that we are a small private university, and that makes us more close to our students. So let's talk about our programs. So here we have undergraduate programs. We have 3 at the moment: game design and development, creativity and business innovation, and software development and entrepreneurship. They are 3-year programs, full-time study in English, and the classes are from Monday to Wednesday. And the tuition fee rate is between 5,080 euros to 5,720 euros per year. And scholarship information can be found on our webpage, but we don't provide a full scholarship. We have a lot of stipendiums, and yeah, this is the information that you can find on our webpage. And the stipendiums will be given starting from the 2nd year of studies to the students who apply for those stipendiums. And we have one master study program in English, which is International Business Administration. It's a 2-year program, full-time study as well, and from Monday to Wednesday, the same. And tuition fee rates are between 5,320 euros to 5,720 euros per year. And also regarding the scholarship information you can find on our webpage. So this is a picture of our campus. So we have in Ülemiste City this greenery between the buildings where you can have this nature kind of feeling. You can rest. There are a lot of leisure spots where you can just relax, and when you have the sunshine, then you can also enjoy the sun. So working during your studies, no additional permit needed to work as an international student. Working hours are also not limited, but the most important thing that working cannot interfere with studies, because the main thing is your studies. So if you find some side job, then definitely this is for your own responsibility. But all our international students must be in full-time studies to maintain their temporary residence permit. So this means that the main focus goes to the studies. And after your residence permit terminates, then you have 270 days by law to stay here in Estonia to look for a job. And yes, you have like almost 9 months to find an opportunity to stay in Estonia if you wish to, and you have good reasons to do that. Well, living expenses. The cost of living in Estonia is quite affordable compared to the rest of the European Union, which has changed a bit due to the latest inflation. So the average monthly expenses for living, which is accommodation, transport, food, and other necessities, can be estimated around 500-600 euros. For example, if you live in our dormitory. And there is also free public transport for citizens. So if you're studying here, then you also have a chance to get the free transport for yourself. So this is our student hostel, which we provide our international students. It is next to our main building, which makes it very easy to access the main building and your classes. We have large and smaller double rooms available. We have 82 places that are reserved for foreign students. And for example, a place in a larger double room is available at 275 euros per month, which includes utilities as well. And there are also like the smaller option, which is 250 euros per month. well, lecture halls, bus and tram stops to Tallinn city center and Estonia's largest shopping mall are all within 3 minutes walk. And the facilities have been recently renovated. And so this is what we offer for our international students to make their stay more comfortable and easy access to the main building and the lectures. So based on international barometer, which was in 2019, we can say that 91% of international students in Estonia are satisfied with the level of support they receive during their studies, which is quite good, we can say. So admission, we have intake twice a year. Applications can be submitted through our webpage. The requirements, all the information is also on our webpage, but just briefly take it. It's like the motivational letter, a copy of your passport, previous education diploma plus transcript of records if you apply for a master's degree. We definitely need proof of English skills, and we accept IELTS, academic, TOEFL, and Cambridge English tests. So the January intake 2023. The application deadline for non-EU and EU citizens is 30th November, which is, you have more than 1 month to apply. And this classes will start on 30th of January 2023. So how to apply? Well, the application can be filled in through our webpage. You can fill in an online form, and then upload all the documents. Then you are directed to do online test and online video interview, which are actually called admission test and video resume. These are also like the necessary steps for us to proceed with your application. You will get the link once you submit your documents, then you will be directed to those tasks to complete. So you can follow us on our webpage, in Facebook, Instagram, and in YouTube. And these are our accounts that you can find us. Well, it was very brief, so I know that we have only 1 hour, so I'm trying to do very quickly and give the main information. Yes, so I will give you this nice view over Tallinn. And now, if you have any questions, then I will be happy to answer those.
Ms. Marlius, thank you for the presentation. I will ask you to one thing: don't stop the sharing. And I think we can start the Q&A. So, dear agents, please use the Q&A box. And let's start with the first one. So, where do Ghanaians apply for the student visa to Estonia since there is no embassy in Ghana?
Sorry, can you repeat the beginning of the question?
Where do Ghana students apply for student visa to Estonia since there is no embassy in Ghana?
Yeah, okay, thank you. You will need to find the nearest one. I do know that we don't have many embassies around the world. So if I don't mistaken, then maybe New Delhi.
There is one in Morocco. From what I remember, there should be one Estonian embassy in Morocco, Casablanca.
Okay, yeah. There also information can be found in a foreign ministry webpage as well. There are lists where they actually issue the D visas, but this is also we can send it.
Yes, African agents. The nearest Estonian embassy would be in Morocco, Casablanca. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next one, what are the regions of countries that you are highly interested to get the students from?
So we are always interested in new students because as we know that the diversity is needed, and it's very interesting to get people from all places of from different parts of the world. So we have currently a lot of from Africa, from also like east side, due to our Russian language programs. So we are actually trying to maybe find from Japan, China, and also America, Canada. These are the countries that we are not covered yet so much that gives us more diversity. So this is kind of places where we look for our students as well.
Thank you.
But I mean, like everybody else can still apply, but this is like, yeah, like because we want diversity. So I mean, it's very useful to get people from different parts of the world.
Okay, let's move to the next one. So the next one would be, in order to get visa, students must pay in full 1-year tuition, or can they pay or also by the semester? And if it will be accepted by the Estonian embassy?
Yes. So once they are accepted, they will receive an invoice, and they need to pay the first year tuition fee before they apply for the visa. So yeah, this is compulsory. And regarding the visa, then this is something that actually we can't guarantee, because they make their own, they have their own criteria. So it depends on them how they make the decision. So we choose the students based on the application, and then it's up to embassy. So yeah, unfortunately we cannot do anything. We just have to hope that they will pass.
Thank you. Let's move to another one. Is there any kind of support provided to help students with visa process, especially in the MENA region? If yes, how?
What we can do is, yeah, we send the documentation which is needed, our acceptance letter. This is the document that embassy needs from us. But other than that, yes, we can also, because they need to have, when you apply for D visa, then you have to have a address in Estonia. So that's why we have this dormitory that they can use. So this is also another thing that we can help with. But I mean, like, we can do everything from our side, but there's certain limits that we can't go any further. And yes, I mean, like, as much as we can do, we help, but we can't actually go over that limit.
Okay, thank you. The next one, what are the prices for accommodation for a double room per month?
Yes, I mentioned it was 275 a month, and utilities included.
Thank you. Any scholarships or grants for international students?
Yes, like I mentioned, that we don't have scholarships.
Ms. Mary, can you maybe please show the slide with the information about? I think it's going to be also useful.
Oh, sorry, because it's only here. But I will just tell that yes, we don't have scholarships, but you can find information about stipendiums. There are many stipendiums that we offer, but they actually start from the second year of studies, and you can apply for it, and they actually consider your average score that you have gained so far. So this is, like, yes, the only thing that we can offer them, but we don't have a scholarship, like scholarship itself.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next one. In the case student doesn't have English language certificate, is there any kind of interview to pass in order to get the admission?
The English proficiency test is required. So we only accept those 3 that I mentioned. IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge. So we don't have any specific other English tests that we do ourselves. So yeah, these are the only ones that we accept.
And what about the students that are from the countries which has English as their official language? Do they also need to provide the certificate or not? Because, for example, some countries from like MENA region, etc., they can have like 3 to 4 official languages, like English, French, etc. In that case, do you require a certificate?
Well, thank you. The reason why we actually ask those English tests is because the academic English is totally different than everyday language. And that's why we have seen, based on our history, that people struggle if they really don't have a higher level of English language. And this is only for their betterness, because it would be very difficult to follow. And then you have only 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's very tough study. So it is useful that you have good English. And then we require exemption is only like people who have studied their previous education in UK, Australia, New Zealand, and the list is on our webpage as well. There are only a couple of countries that we don't really ask these tests.
Thank you. Let's move to the next one. Please let us know about the intakes.
Okay. We have two twice a year. So we have for fall semester and spring semester. This fall semester starts in September, and so the application deadline has been so far end of May, and the spring semester starts usually end of January, beginning of February, and the application deadline is end of November. So yeah, I did get what exactly they wanted to know.
Yes. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Can you please share the application requirement slide once again, please?
Yes, it's here.
Thank you. So the next one, how much funds student needs to show? I think you would need to specify funds for what exactly? For visa or for many, or maybe for the resident card or etc. Because this is a very broad question, so you would need to specify it.
But I guess I think it might be related to the visa application usually, because they need to show some kind of funds that they have. But this is you need to contact directly the embassy and ask the information from there, because we don't really know that. It's like I mentioned that they have their own criteria which we don't know about, so we can't tell exactly.
Thank you. All right, let's move to the next one. Is IELTS 5.5 mandatory for both bachelor and master program?
No, 5.5 is for undergraduate program, the bachelor program, and 6.0 is for master program.
Thank you. That was clear enough. The next one, although how much is the tuition fee for 1 year for bachelor and master?
Bachelor is 5,480, and masters is like 5,720 euros
for 1 year. Thank you. The next one, okay, that was again. Tanzania language of instruction is English as the official language. Should we still do the proficiency exam, as for example, UK and Canada exempts Tanzania from their exams?
To my knowledge, yes, Tanzania, they still need to do the English test.
Thank you. Okay. Can you please help us? What would be the student visa process for Pakistan students, as we don't have Estonia embassy in our country? In that case, what should we do?
Yeah, the same thing, that you need to find the closest one for you. The list is on our foreign ministry webpage. I don't know by heart at the moment which is the closest to Pakistan, but yes, those countries who doesn't have Estonian embassy in a country, they have a little bit more hustle to do, because they need to travel for the visa. But yes, this is the thing, that Estonia is so small that we don't have many embassies around the world.
Thank you. All right, the next one. What if the students had their previous bachelor studies or their high school in English? Should they do the English proficiency test once again?
Well, it depends on on which where they actually got their higher education, secondary education or the bachelor. It depends where did they do it, in which country. So if it was in UK, then you don't need to do that. But if it's in another country which is not on a list, then yes, you need to present the test.
Thank you very much. Do you have students from Ghana or any other African countries?
Yes, we do have. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you please share your email into the general chat?
So I will put well, as I'm working in an international office, then I will put our main email address, which is admissions@euas.eu. There you can have all your questions sent to us, and I will reply to them.
Thank you. The next one, what is the next intake after the summer 2023 and the deadlines for the application?
Well, the next one is fall 2023. At the moment, as we have 2 intakes, then usually information on our webpage will appear after one intake is over. So I know that the application period for fall, the 2023 semester, will start on 10th of January 2023. So from that date on, you can visit our webpage and see the deadline. It has been so far 31st of May, but there has been like discussions maybe to make it like April or March. So I don't know at the moment currently.
Thank you. Let's move to the next one. Can you please tell us the general amount of commission for the agents, approximately?
Yes, as far as I know, it's 10%.
Thank you. Let's move to the next one. Can you please specify once again approximate living cost for international student for 1 month?
So it will include your stay in a hostel, which could be like 250 per month or 275 a month. Then you will have tuition, well, first tuition you have paid. But starting from the second year, you can actually choose whether you want to pay monthly or by semester. So it will make around, it depends on the study program, around 300 something to 400 something per month. So if, and then you will have like the cost that if you want to go to look around a little bit, you need to buy food and so on. So I guess it might be around maybe like 1,000 euros per month. So it depends how lavish you want to live, but these are the costs that you actually have to have. Like the one is dormitory payment every month, and from the second year you have tuition fee. So this makes already like 600 something.
Thank you. Let's move to the next one. In case student doesn't have English language certificate, would there be an interview? And if yes, what kind of questions student can expect? Are those going to be questions connected with the studies, or would be those questions like a general one?
First part of the question, let me remind me. Yeah, the English test. It's the same that yeah, they need to have English test if they haven't finished their previous study in UK, UK, Australia, and so on. The interview will be about your motivation because it will be held by head of curriculum usually. So they just want to know how motivated you are, your mindset about your studies, your future, and there might be also like general questions. Like it depends on the interviewer, but mostly they want to know your motivation and how you would fit in our culture as well.
Thank you. The next one, are students allowed to work after finishing their studies? as for the permanent residence or any kind of other program that will allow them to stay officially in the country after the studies?
Yes, yeah, you may find a job here and you might have a contract, and then basically it's your employer who provides you with a visa and temporary permit. So yes, then you can stay. And but if you haven't found anything, then as I mentioned, that you have 270 days after your temporary residence permit terminates, then you have these 270 days to decide what you will do. But most go back to their own countries, and because they want to implement the knowledge they have received, or some even bachelor degree graduates, they even go to get masters somewhere else as well.
Thank you. The next one, would you be able to share your WhatsApp information, or you use any other kind of messenger, maybe Skype, etc.?
Well, as I'm not like the main speaker here, then I will leave my email address, and also I think that maybe we can you can also contact our communications department as well, PR, and they will give you the information. But you can also contact me, and I will further the information. So unfortunately, I don't have any contacts to give at the moment.
Right, thank you. The next one, can you please tell us generally, is there a same number of intakes during the year to apply for the admission, or does this number changes every year?
Well, it has been a little bit different due to the COVID and all the situation in the world, but mainly it stays the same. Although, well, we can say that most people want to start their studies in September, so it's kind of like the start of the school year. So there are not maybe that much of applicants for spring semester, but still there are. But it's like a little bit less, but mainly yeah the same.
Thank you. The next one, do you have any kind of short courses or some kind of short studies except the bachelor or master?
No, we don't. We do have, but it's for locals, because I mean, to study here, you need visa, and they don't give visa for a short period of studies. That's the reason. So if you're already here and then you have maybe found a job and then you have settled in Estonia, then yeah, maybe through your work or your like personally you want to study something, then yes, you may find something, but it's the visa issue usually, because that's the reason.
Thank you. And another one question, in terms of working during studies, how many of your students do actually work, and is there any kind of hour limit to work for students?
There is no like no limits to work. The main thing, the main focus is on your studies. So we don't have statistics how many are working. So it depends on their own needs if they want to work or not. So yeah, I don't have the statistics, but I do know that there are people who are working during their studies as well, because yeah, you have Thursday, Friday. But yeah, we really emphasize that you need to focus on your studies first.
Thank you. The next one, if a student does not meet the admission requirements, do you run any foundation programs that can support the students to meet up for the degree program or not?
Well, we don't have that specific program to support this. It's usually, yes, they apply again. We have the kind of criteria that they can apply again within 1 year, just to maybe study or prepare yourself better. But but we don't have special programs.
Thank you. All right. Okay, I would also have a couple of questions. Do many students who finish the bachelor in your institution go for the master?
There are students, yeah, not a lot, not a lot. As I mentioned, that interestingly, a lot of them actually go to pursue their masters somewhere else. They change the country, but they stay. Well, yeah, some of them have gone to Canada, for example, but there are not many, yeah, who will stay for masters.
Thank you. And in terms of like Erasmus programs, etc., do you take part in such programs?
Yes, yes, we have. You can also find more information on our webpage. There is also contact person who deals with those questions. So I'm not familiar with the whole process. So, but we do have Erasmus programs. So please visit our webpage and you will get the information. And if something is not clear, then you can also contact the coordinator.
Thank you. Does your institution credits transfer to other countries' universities if the student would like to do the transfer?
Yes, I understand that if you have studied, so basically, our programs are accredited. So if they go to some other university, so it depends on their system as well. But what we do here is that if some of the students want to kind of transfer their previous credits, then they need to fill a special form on our webpage, and it will be sent to the committee who will decide if the knowledge that you have learned before will be the same that you have gotten here in our university. So if it doesn't match, then they don't accept it, and if it matches that it's basically the same, then they accept your form, and then you are free from some of the classes. This is our system, but I don't know exactly how it works for others. But our programs are accredited, so yeah, they use it. They use it.
Thank you. If students have already done 4 years of bachelor degree in English, does the student require EUAS certificate or not?
Well, it depends on the country where the bachelor degree was done.
Thank you. The next one we have, do you have any quota on country basis? I think maybe it is about medium salary in a month, approximately.
Yes, minimum salary, I guess it's around 500. Well, I haven't even looked lately, so but I think that it's around that much of money. It's like 600.
Thank you. Let's move to the next one. In terms of the admission time frame, usually after the application of the student was sent to you, approximately what is the awaiting time for the documents for visa in case that all the payments have been done accordingly quick?
So our processing time is about 2 months. So it's yeah. But visa, once the student is accepted, then visa process takes about 10 to 14 days to get the answer from the embassy.
So it's very quick.
Yes, the visa process is very quick. Yeah, so it doesn't take long. But yeah, sometimes what we have issues is that in certain period of time there are not many available slots for the interviews. So this is sometimes the reason as well that people can't get to come to study because of there wasn't any available slots.
And in terms of the IT programs that you have, like gaming and another one, are they hard? And is the dropout rate very high?
I don't know any about this dropout. I don't have this information, but yes, they are hard. I've heard that, but they are interesting. I do know that there are a lot of people who want to study game design, which is very popular and it's very unique as well here in Europe and in Estonia. Software development is also difficult, so I've heard that but I mean, if you're already in this world, you can manage if you just take yourself together.
Thank you. The next one, is there any fee refund or sorry. Okay. What is the refund process in case of visa refusal?
So when you apply for fall semester, then before 15th of August, if you submit your refund application, then you will be refunded the whole sum of money that you paid before. And then the same goes for spring semester, the 15th of January. But when you do that after 15th of August or 15th of January, then you will be refunded only the less 800 euros will be deducted from the amount of money.
Okay, thank you. The next one, do you know if there is an interview in the embassy when the student will apply for visa?
Yes, there is. Yes, you need to make appointments and then you go to like the interview. So, but I don't know how it goes. So you can always contact the embassy and ask like clarification.
Thank you. The next question, what is the turnaround time between application and admission of a student when the student is already in the university signing the contract?
So basically, it goes that the embassies, they give the visa starting from somewhere in the middle of August, like for fall semester. So we expect our students to also arrive like in the middle of August, the end of August, just before the classes will start for the semester. So they can't really come earlier. So this is the case that usually, yeah, and for spring semester, the visas usually start from like beginning or maybe like middle of January. So this is the approximate time that you can start to organize arriving in Estonia.
Thank you. The next one, if there is a student from Bangladesh, all 4 years of bachelor programs were under medium of English. Do you need English language certificate like IELTS, or will there be just an interview at the university admission?
Yes, the IELTS TOEFL or Cambridge is necessary to submit.